About that when I saw that.
I have definitely missed them. I think one of the things she should do maybe is go to the farmers market and maybe, ask them how does the whole process work, because they're much more friendlier as far as, I mean, because you got some people that do package things.
Right, right. Yeah, some of them package locally, and I've heard of grocery stores changing their policy and starting to buy from local markets.
Yeah, because like Food Line over here in I don't know, Oakwood, they have a section of local products.
Oh wow. Sorry, I have some people messaging me, and I'm telling them they can hop back in. But have y'all ever created? Have y'all ever created healthy goal, a health goal, and achieved it?
Well, I'm gonna say my answer to that would probably be yes, because like I said, I used to eat um, a lot of things that just wasn't healthy for me, and after being in fit, I learned that just like you said, just because I didn't like them when I was younger doesn't mean I don't like them now. But sometimes we always look at it like, I don't want to try that. But I learned that, especially to get kids to eat stuff, we have to have them try it, because sometimes kids reflect on what we do, and when they see us be like, "Ew, that look nasty," they be the same way, and then we try to figure out why they won't eat what we want them to eat, because we done told them that something is nasty. And if you say that, then you don't have to eat it. Cause my son be like, it's nasty, or he knows it's too spicy.
That used to be my youngest son's favorite saying. If something is too spicy, I mean, it doesn't even have to be spicy at all, but everything was spicy to him. So,
Yes, that is just the I don't want to eat this. If I tell her it's too spicy, she gonna say, okay, you don't have to eat it. So yeah, because my 5-year-old does that.
oh my God, even with ketchup, my son still doesn't eat ketchup because he thought it was spicy. Just yeah. So I definitely understand. Well, I I'm almost scared to try to screen share again, but I'm gonna try it. Um, well, I can actually just walk you guys through it. It said first, sit quietly for a moment with your eyes closed and imagine yourself 1 year from now living a healthier life. So just try to get into a zone and just imagine your life a year from now, living a healthier life. And let yourself dream big. Even if you don't know how to achieve your dream, just dream big of what that would look like. We're just going to sit and think about that for a minute. And so I'd like to ask you, how is that dream life different from your life now?
I'm much smaller than I am now in my dream.
Same here. Yeah, how much smaller. But it seems like, wait a minute, Colin. I'm sorry about that. It seems like in my dream, I was eating more unhealthy foods. And this, and and not eating healthy. Like now I'm eating healthy. I'm, trying to stay fit. And I'm not saying it's not going anywhere. I'm very pleased with my what's going on so far. But to get back to where I was in my dream, I'm like, I can't eat those foods now. And this has not been long ago. It's been older than Colin. He's 3. But yeah.
So in your dream, were y'all with other people? Were you by yourself?
Just by myself. I just went to a place where I was before, and I was very content. I was very happy. But I was, as far as weight wise, as far as healthy eating wise, I am much better off now than I was then, even though I was smaller. If that makes sense.
Yeah, because that's another big thing I was going to tell y'all, because y'all all mentioned the size. We know, or you should know, size does not mean healthy, because skinny mini does not mean healthy. So I've gained weight in the past. Tomorrow's my 5-year anniversary. So I'm going to say in the past 8 years that since me and my husband have been together, because I've gone out to eat more than I ever have in my entire life. And I've put on about 30 pounds in the past 8 years, 7 years. But my weight before that was not determined by being healthy. I was not healthy. I was eating. That's when I did not eat a salad. I didn't eat a vegetable. I didn't eat anything, but I was skinny as all get out. Skinny does not mean healthy. So now I feel better. I know I'm eating healthier. So that just makes me mentally feel better. And I know I'm putting better things in my body. So don't beat yourself up on your size. Kudos to you for wanting to get to tone it up or whatever you want to do, whatever weight goal you may have for yourself, a body image goal you have for yourself, but never body shame yourself. Love your body the way it is, the package that it's in, because it doesn't mean you're unhealthy. So if you're making healthier choices, then that's we want to commend that, because we know that size does not mean healthy. And the other part with that, like, what words or pictures came to mind when you were doing that visualization? Were there certain words or scenes or pictures that popped out more than others? Not just your body size, but other things that kind of stood out to you during that visualization?
I would say the way that's more body. What stood out the most was the fact that I was eating unhealthy at the time. And now that I'm eating, but I was still underweight or at a target weight or just smaller than I am now. It's the foods, I think, that stood out because I did eat a lot. During this pandemic, I will tell you, I have eaten at home a lot more than I have eaten out. That's just because we've been home more. But had it not been the pandemic, or the pandemic hadn't happened, I probably would be bigger than what I am, and would be eating less healthier than what I am, because I made it my goal to
You tired?
because I had the time.
You ready?
To plan, and I had the time to kind of figure out, okay, well, this is where I want to be, this is where I need to be. I have time to do this. I have time. So I think a lot of my thing right now is time. And with the summer approaching, I'll have more time, but I don't want it to be like this past year. You go good for a solid 3 to 4 months, or probably longer than that, because we were out with the pandemic for 5 months with exercising, spending more time on healthy eating, planning, and all this kind of stuff. And it was good, and I loved it. But then when school came back around, it was like, oh, I don't have time to do this. So we're gonna pick up this. We're gonna do this. We're gonna eat this. We just gonna roll with this. So that's another issue.
I think that's a lot of, we're all parents here, and I think that's a big thing with a lot of parents. I stay on the go. I have 3 kids, soon before, but when you're juggling kids and work and different things, sometimes it seems like it's just easier just to go to McDonald's or go to wherever, to go through that drive-through. So we've already been going here, we've got sports and we've got this and that. And then I just want some time for myself before I finally have to go to bed and get up and do it all over again. So it's just easier sometimes. But I also learned it's also, because you said time, have you ever meal planned?
Yeah, so I did. So I would say from May until December, I meal prep. I would cook a whole lot of things for my family, but I wouldn't eat what I cooked. But I just got out of it. It was just, I'm not gonna say it was too much, because I would be basically saying that I'm lazy. It wasn't too much. It was just easier for me to, go to work. Oh, what do y'all want to eat? If it's something that I can fix real quick in the kitchen, or if it's something, here's Mason's thing. Oh, I have my own money. I want this. I want that. Well, we'll go here. And then I fall into that trap with him. Well, okay. Well, I'm just not going to cook nothing then. But I would have something healthy for lunch because I have meal prep and I have prep for it. But for dinner, it's like when I come home, I'm tired. I mean, I'm not that tired, but I'm tired. By the time I get situated for the next day, I'm like, okay. And what I try to do is plan what we're going to have for dinner.
Okay.
And stick to it. But if I don't stick to it, that's when that unhealthy eating comes into play. Because when I don't stick to it, that's when we say, well, we're just going to get pizza in. We're going to get Taco Bell. We're going to get McDonald's. We're going to go to Wendy's. We're going to go to Bojangles. If I don't stick to my plan.
Mm-hmm. Well,
So it's accountability.
That's a huge part of it. But so we thought big, and we visualized ourselves a year from now, healthier, what it looked like. So now we're going to set a nutrition goal, a SMART goal is what they call it. And by SMART, it's specific, where we're going to avoid words like more this or less of this or better this. It's going to be measurable. You're going to know when you've achieved it. Action-based, not everything is in your control, aka a pandemic. We had no control over that happening. And choose goals that relate to your actions. The R is for realistic. Choose goals you are likely to accomplish, and we're going to start small. And the T is you're setting a time frame. Like set a goal to achieve this week. Don't give yourself like we dream big and we said a year from now. We're not going to say, okay, you know what? In a year from now, I am not going to be doing X, Y, Z, or I'm going to eat this, or my family's going to be doing this. No, we're going to set small, achievable goals, and we're going to set it like in a week span. So in a week from now, and some examples would be like, I will switch from white rice to brown rice this week. I will eat a piece of fruit with my breakfast every morning this week. I will cook a hot dinner 3 times this week, or I will try 2 new foods this week. Those are just examples, but I want you all to think of a SMART goal that you can do this week with your family, with yourself, and you can start with yourself and then incorporate these things in with your children. But I just want you to think of one goal that you're going to set for yourself for this week. Would anybody like to share what their goal is?
I think what I would like to do with Mason is to do more meal prep, and I would like to set the goal of trying different vegetables. If I can get him to try at least 2 new vegetables a week, because I eat all types of vegetables. There's no vegetable that I don't eat, whether it's cooked, steamed, boiled, baked, grilled. I eat all types of vegetables. So what I would like to do with Mason is, other than the 3 vegetables that he eats, wait, baby. I would like to try 2. I don't know. Do you think I need to try 2 or 1?
That's up for you to decide. Depends on how picky he is. We actually have, and I'm putting her on the spot. Kylie, what would you recommend? Kylie is our healthy kids manager, and nutrition is her specialty. So I just wanted to ask you on that.
Kelly, you cut out a little bit there for a second, but are you asking me if I would recommend 1 goal or 2 goals?
She's asking, she wants to incorporate more vegetables. So she's saying with her son, she's thinking of incorporating 2 vegetables, trying 2 vegetables a week. Would you say just including that 1 vegetable each week, or incorporating 2?
1. So I would recommend starting small, because you can always build up. But so the actual literature, how old is your son? His name is Mason?
Mason, yes, he's 14.
Okay, so a lot of the literature for children and for teenagers says that it can take up to 10 to 15 times for a child to like something before like to try it like that many times before they actually like it. And so what I would recommend, and what I do recommend often, is just adding that 1 vegetable in, but giving it to them in like a lot of different ways. So like maybe you make it a fun week and you say like carrots is going to be our, vegetable of the week this week. And we're going to try carrots raw. We're going to try carrots steamed. We're going to try carrots roasted, and then give him the opportunity to tell you how he enjoys his carrots. Because he might say like, oh, I don't like carrots, but he's only ever had them raw. And then he finds out that he super loves roasted carrots if you add seasonings to them. So for a SMART goal, I would say your SMART goal would be, I want to introduce 1 new vegetable every week for my son Mason, and I'm going to try it 2 different ways each week. So that would be your SMART goal. And then each week you just pick a vegetable. But I would even encourage him to pick the vegetable. Make it a fun event, a family event. Say, hey, Mason, I'm thinking about trying some new things. What's a vegetable that you would like to try this week? Broccoli or carrots? And give him the option between the 2, because children are more likely to eat something if they have some kind of control over what they're eating, even if it's a simple choice between 2.
Thank you for that point too, Kylie.
Yes, that makes a lot of sense. Thank you for breaking that down. That makes a lot of sense, and I think I'll try that. And I think carrots will be something that we try, because I've got broccoli down pat.
Yeah, okay.
He likes broccoli.
Good.
So he loves broccoli.
That's great. I mean, broccoli is a fun one because it's green. So yeah, you can even play with colors, like get creative. There's a lot of, oh, sorry, I have a baby. There's a lot of fun ways that you can introduce like these things, but just get his buy-in. Let him feel like he's a part of the process.
Absolutely. I love that. Thank you so much, Kylie. I didn't mean to put you on the spot, but I appreciate that. Tawanya or Kyler, I would love to hear your goal as well.
I think mine will be the same as Deidre. I want to incorporate trying to eat at least 1 vegetable a week. I'm the type of person that I really don't like vegetables, and I grew up not liking vegetables, and I'm better off now because I eat them more now, but I don't want my daughter to eat like that. And I've seen when I put vegetables in front of her, she doesn't want them. So if I cook them more often, hopefully she'll get used to eating them and not want to just eat she always wants to eat the meat from her food and the starches on her plate. So trying to get her to eat more vegetables, but I want to start with at least 1. I ate 2 vegetables this week, so this was a good week, but that's definitely not normal. So I'll start with 1.
Okay. And what I want, and Tawanya, I'm gonna hear yours, then I'll say this.
Oh, you could have set it up. It's fine. No, so what I would have to say is maybe more I need to be a little bit more consistent with my meal planning and stick to it. Um Mind you, my son says he doesn't like vegetables, but my son doesn't know that he likes vegetables because of course you know me, I sneak it
You
into
know,
food.
I knew
I
I was
I told, look, I even had to tell somebody the other day that he just learned how to at the age of 5, because I'm a redo mom. I got a 21-year old, a 26-year-old, and a 5-year old. So, the other ones already know that they learned, like, they just recently learned that when I make, um when I make stuff like baked spaghetti and lasagna, that I put spinach in it. They didn't know they could, and then they couldn't figure out how to make it taste like. My daughter was like, "Mama, what do you put in it?" Because I could not figure it out to make it taste like that. I said, "Well, did you put a can of spinach in it yet?" She say, "Really? So we have been eating spinach?" "Yeah, you've been eating spinach because you act like you wouldn't eat it regularly. So I just put it in there. You've been eating it just fine." So I'm one of those moms. I had to learn how to hide stuff. Um, like my son just learned how to he just learned how to take medicine out of a regular medicine cup. Because I've always just stuck in it. I don't got time to fuss. I just stuck it in the bottle and kept it moving. I didn't have time. So yeah, that would be my goal, to be a little bit more consistent, especially with me and a 5-year old, because he sometimes throw me off track because he's the pickiest eater I have. And if it was up to him, he would morning, noon, and night eat pepperoni pizza.
Oh my goodness. Well, look, and actually, I told Deidre, I think that's our third session, but actually, it's our session that we're going to have next month is about dealing with picky eaters. So, yeah, I'm excited about that because we have a lot of those issues. I'll say issues in our families. So, with our SMART goal, it has to be action based. So, I want you to write it down on a note card, put it somewhere where you can see it as a reminder because we already talked about accountability. I want you to write down your SMART goal, and it's going to say "I will" because we've heard of. I want to try. I think I'm a. We want to say "I will," so it's going to be "I will integrate two new or one new vegetable this week," because and we wanted to end in this week, so it's going to be "I will blah this week," and that's going to help hold you accountable. You're going to see it. You've said it. You're going to write it, and we're going to do it. And then we can celebrate it. We can come back in and y'all can send me an email anytime this week or whatever. Like, guess what? We did this, or whatever. But I want to celebrate these things with y'all because just like Deidre shared, we talked about sodas, rethinking our drink a lot last summer as we were doing produce boxes. She and I were chat, and it just makes my heart so happy that that's one of the things that she has implemented. And like me and Tawanya, we talked about the Thanksgiving thing and the recipe that we've already gone over time. So I'm going to send you all a video of a recipe of turkey chili. I want you all to go on eatfresh.org. And I can put that in the chat as well. They have a little mini quiz that you can do on there, but on eatfresh.org, they have so many different recipes to help with budgeting, picky eaters, just some of everything. There's so many different categories that you can find something that works best for your family. But I encourage you all to go on that website and just play around with it, figure it out, and that's one of the recipes that I'm sharing with you all, and I'll send it all to you, and the video I'll send to you. Making turkey chili, and you can make it as big or small as you need to for your family size. And you can throw it in the freezer, in a freezer container if you have leftovers. Help it with meal prepping as well if you want to spread it out, and that can be your meal prep for the week. You can throw in all kinds of vegetables. This recipe actually had bell peppers and onions and that stuff, but you can add in so many good things, tomatoes. But I want you to create your action plan. I will blank.
And
I just want to reiterate before I got cut off a few minutes ago that last summer we were talking about Mason not you know, like the soft drinks and stuff. So I only buy ginger ale. Well, I tried this the is it Fiji water that he likes, and as high price as it is to buy that, if he's gonna drink the Fiji water besides soft drinks, I buy it.
I actually started drinking. I switched my soft drinks to Fiji water first. And now I can just drink anything. And I don't drink anything but water most of the time. And my daughter, who definitely had an addiction to soft drinks, it's my stepdaughter, but I just say my daughter. She had one set of rules here and another set of rules at her mother's house. So we were limiting soft drinks, and over there she was having an influx of soft drinks, just unlimited amounts. But once we cut it back so much and just talked about the benefits, not necessarily how bad soft drinks were, we didn't talk about that, or losing weight or whatever. We never discussed that. We just talked about how good we feel when we drink water, the benefits of increasing our water, because now we're playing soccer or it's the summertime and it's hot. We need to hydrate our body. So we talked about more about the benefits of doing those healthier things and not so much focusing on the negative aspect of those not so healthier choices. And it made her want to drink more water. So the only time she'll drink a soda now is a Sprite, and it's here or there. My kids walk around with their water bottles, and they take them. If we're going to Walmart, they're like, "Oh wait, let me go grab my water bottle." So, and that was another thing. We all got water bottles however we wanted them, and I had their names put on them, and they thought it was the coolest thing. And I said, "Just put water. You can only have water in this water bottle." And they're like, "Oh, okay. Well, if I get to use my cool cup, then it has water in it." Then they just naturally started drinking more water. I want to wrap this up. So with your SMART goal, you're going to gauge your progress, because even I want you to check back in and let me know how you're doing. I want you to be able to follow this yourself too. And then when we come back together next month, I want you to be able to say, "Hey, did I achieve my goal?" So one way you can show your progress is just even this week, and then pass it on for the next week. You just ask yourself, did I achieve my goal this week? And be honest with yourself and say why or why not, how or how not, just be completely honest with yourself as you're doing that. And what was challenging about your goal? Was it easy? Should you continue working on that goal or create a new one? Because if you find yourself like, you know what, that was actually easier than I thought it was going to be. My son started eating a whole new vegetable and loved it. And he's like ready for another one. Then hey, maybe the next week throw in another one if it seems easy. But if it's something that you feel like maybe I need to continue to work on, then continue to work on it. Don't beat yourself up about it. This is we're making these healthier choices, creating a healthier lifestyle. It's not like we're beating ourselves up for things that we're not getting right. So, and yeah, just give yourself and just keep looking at it, marking it off. But I want you to have your visual SMART goal written out. And like I said, I'm going to send you these things right here. And I'm going to wrap up. Does anyone have any questions about anything discussed tonight or anything we want to discuss in the future?
The only thing that I would like to discuss in the future, and I know you've said it, would be just how to deal with picky eaters. I think that's probably about it.
Definitely, that's huge with our second agenda, is dealing with picky eaters. Can y'all tell me what a healthy plate is? What are some of the things on a healthy plate from the images that we saw tonight?
So with the healthy plate, I think it was water and lemon milk, and then it had oil and healthy oils. There was more vegetables, less fruit, more protein.
Okay, Tori, I love it. Yes, that was just my recap question to see if you was paying attention. But that is all for tonight. Like I said, we had so much fun talking. Like it went longer than I thought it was going to. I thought I was gonna have like all this extra time so I can like cook and everything with y'all. That's not happening. I'm gonna have to send you all the video because I did make turkey chili. It's already telling me I'm about to run out again. It's not letting me upgrade. So thank you all for tuning in. Make sure you tune back in next month, April 22nd. I also want to make sure that everyone has filled out the survey that was in the chat box. And that's the pre-workshop survey. So if you haven't, look over to the chat box, make sure you click that. I'm gonna need those. And if no more questions or anything, I want you all to have an amazing night, amazing week. I can't wait to hear the progress of your SMART goals. Does anybody have any last minute words they want to share? Last minute thoughts?
No, I do. You did say you was gonna send that information because you know me, I'm a visual. I gotta see it in order to write down my goals.
Yes. Yes, I'm gonna send these pages to you.
Okay.
Well, thank y'all, and y'all have an amazing night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night. Thank you.